This is the Hot Wheels roll cage casting. Kind of reminds me of a dune buggy kind of thing. Obviously this one's beat to hell. Ran it through the ultrasonic cleaner because it had a lot of dirt on it. This was another one from that eBay lot that had a bunch of really dirty cars in it. So I ran this through the ultrasonic cleaner a friend gave me. And you can see it's actually pretty clean at this point. So I decided, I just finished up a video with a deadline that was coming up. And so it's actually the third of 3 videos for deadlines that are coming up. I was kind of working on this one in the background at the same time because these things are also the post-apocalyptic kind of things are just fun. They don't have to be pretty. That's not the goal. So this one, I was going to clean it up, and I thought, okay, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to clean it up, and then I'm going to make it look dirty again. So all I really did was I got the dirt off of it, got it clean. You can tell I'm taking it apart here. There's still dirt inside this thing, even after cleaning it. It still needed a lot more cleaning. So I knew I was going to take those wheels off, and it's a metal cage and a metal base, and there's an insert that's plastic. It's actually a 2-piece insert. It's kind of interesting. Part of it was, you could barely tell it was originally chromed inside. There was so little chrome left on the black interior. But I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do a wheel swap because I'm missing virtually half the wheels on this thing. So I 3D printed some wheels, and I'm a Patreon subscriber to a creator called Sable Badger. He does all kinds of 3D designs, and he recently made these wheel patterns available for his subscribers. So I 3D printed these. And I decided I wanted dualies in the back. So basically, I drilled the center hole. Then I just threw this axle through them just to make sure they lined up straight. And then I glued those sets together for the back. So that's all I was up to here. These, I can't remember which pattern he calls these, but they're nubby tires. I think they're called spikes. So I end up using that same axle tube there. I end up, pulling these off of it so I can paint them and stuff, but I end up cutting some chunks off of that for the axle. You can see at the top of the screen, up to the right, there's a portion of the plastic interior. I used the the Sharpie silver and brass pins to put a lot of detail on this. I used the Citadel paints, but what I was trying to do was keep it dirty and yet throw detail on it. It's like I want the detail to pop, and yet I want it to be dirty. I really like the way these turn out when you do that. I mean, I don't know if everybody else feels that way, but for me, that's what really works. And so I ended up putting a lot of little details in there. I ended up putting gauges on the instrument panel. I put straps on the seats. I painted a lot of different little things on there. And I think those are the details that really turn it from the original dirt clod to a fancier dirt clod, I guess. It made sense to me to take advantage of the weathering that this already had on it. It came by it naturally. So I had to file the channels for the axles to go in because I was using a thicker axle. That's all I was doing here. But here comes the assembly, but this isn't the end of it. So now you see there's the seats and the dash, and this part drops into this other plastic piece. So it's almost like the Ferrari I did earlier. a few weeks ago, where the seats were actually two pieces. There was like a bottom piece that actually filled in the center of the seats on the top portion. And this was another interesting use of two pieces of plastic in the interior to make the full interior. And they were obviously using it to give it a little more detail, because they had, like I said, that very bottom piece was originally all chrome, apparently. So here you can see how the dualies turned out in the back. I was really happy with the dualies. The cage, I painted even like lights on the top of the roll bar on the top of it. That was probably a little goofy, but hell, there was like a skull and a cross. You'll see this on the sides. That was already on this car. There was no way I was taking those off the sides. There, you can kind of see it there, and you'll see it in the finished build. But I'm putting this together at this point, but I haven't weathered the tires yet. So, and I printed an extra tire for the back. You see there's that post sticking up on the back, and I looked at pictures of the car, and it originally had an extra tire back there. So that was simple enough. Hell, I printed another one, drilled it out, and pressure fitted on there. Can't beat that. So here was the last part of actually weathering the tires as well, the wheels and tires. And for that, I used Citadel Agrax Earthshade and gave that the dirty look to the tires. They were originally printed white, and then I painted them flat black, and now I was adding a dirt effect to them. I had used that same Agrax Earthshade, if I'm saying that right, on other parts of the body as well. And then here I was using the Citadel Silva, I believe it's a lead belcher, and I was kind of dry brushing it. You'll see how I would dip in the paint, then hit it on the paper, and then just kind of go over the center, because I didn't want them to be super shiny, but I thought adding that silver would help make the center of the wheels stand out a little bit better. They just wouldn't blend into this black mass. So that's all I ended up doing on this. It's I guess you could call this my Filthy Friday build. And I just wanted to do something quick and almost mindless. And I can hear the comments now below. Yep, Jim, you got that mindless part down, right? Anyhow, I know this isn't anything fancy, and I know it ends up looking beat to hell, and it started out beat to hell, but damn, this was fun. And I think it looks better than where it started. I mean, hell, it's got a lot more wheels than it did originally. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do. Like I said, it's just another Filthy Friday. So anyhow, we got some builds coming up, some build-offs coming up, and those are definitely prettier than this one. There's the Red Line Day build coming up this coming Monday. And then there's the following Saturday is the 3 Blind Mice build. And then the following, just a few days later, as I recall, is the Time Rider Memorial Day build. So those videos, actually, I finally wrapped up the third of those earlier this evening. So there's even a lowrider in that group. There's a restoration, there's just a straight custom, and there's a lowrider. So heck of a combination. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy these. To my subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Everybody stay safe and healthy out there. Catch you in the next one.